Okay, welcome to my channel again. I'm Sabi, your host. And before I crack on, please let me tell you something. I just have a good friend called Achim Karpf, and he donated me a MacBook Pro, which I am going to use in the future. That's what I'm using right now. It's a super great tool. It's a massive contribution to my work. Thank you, Achim. I will be always glad for you for this massive help. Plus, I invested to a new microphone. It's a Blue Snowball. So let's hope that I can make some better quality content from now on. Okay, let's crack on. So yesterday was a great day. What happened yesterday? Apart from ISS passes are due now over London, well, there was 2 cargo spacecrafts and the ISS passing our sky. So here's the video that I recorded just before these amazing passes.
Hi guys, it's Sabi again. Tonight I'm gonna have this 10-inch scope, my usual equipment, and a DSLR Canon 600D. What's gonna happen? There are gonna be Cygnus, the constellation, and funny enough, there will be the Cygnus spacecraft traveling through Cygnus constellation, and afterwards it will followed by ISS and the new HTV cargo spacecraft that's en route to ISS and will dock tomorrow. So fingers crossed for the good weather, and I'm trying to capture with both equipments. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna get. This is my weather forecast. At the moment it looks okay, it's clear, but yesterday the same thing happened, and after I'm not kidding, after roughly actually 10 minutes before the pass, it got cloudy and pouring down rain. So it's just hectic these days in London. So yeah, I will get back in a second to you.
So that was my sort of expectation for the evening. So I expected Cygnus and ISS and HTV. Sadly, there was some clouds, so it prevented me from seeing entirely flying through Cygnus constellation, the Cygnus cargo ship, which has been to the ISS. But afterwards, it cleared up nicely, so I could manage to see and photograph the International Space Station, plus the HTV following it about 2 minutes behind. So right, before I crack on, let me take you back to the past a little bit, because it's my website, and I would like to show you my very first HTV photo, which was the HTV-7, the one before this mission. And this was, apart from 1 day difference, this was exactly a year ago. It's just amazing. It's just basically because of the HTV-8 launch was due to some problems occurring with the launch. They had some fire on the launch pad apparently. And what I was trying to show you is my previous HTV photograph. So visit HTV-7 flying solo closely following the station post, and then in this one you will see, actually I'll show you here. So in this post you will find some photographs like this one, on which you will see the HTV and the ISS flying parallel to each other. Something like this was what was happening yesterday as well. There's a little flare in the HTV, so some part just illuminated a bit more, causing some flare. What we see is it just brightens up for a second. And yes, after that you will find some photographs from live views, previous photo which is very similar to what I took yesterday, and then animations, and most importantly, this is the photo from a year ago. So you can see the white cylindrical bottom, that's the bottom of HTV, and then you can see the orange bit, that's the whole body, basically the unpressurized segment of the cargo spacecraft. Please mind that the dimensions of this spacecraft is 9.8 meters length and 4.4 meters diameter. and this is currently the biggest cargo spacecraft that's currently serving the International Space Station. Sadly, it doesn't have solar panels sticking out like on the Cygnus or the Progress spacecrafts, or I could mention the Dragon as well. So it's sometimes harder to identify what we see. You will find some equipment details. Yeah, please take a look at it. And then on top of it, there's another post a few days later in which I managed to photograph the space station with the HTV-7 docked to it, which is just unbelievable. You can see the orange part is the unpressurized logistic carrier, that's what it's called, and then the top bit, the white bit, is the propulsion module that's responsible for every maneuvering, basically. Okay, and let me show you what I took yesterday. So the original video I always split into frames with the free software called PIPP. Find the download link in the description section. And let me just show you what my ISS photos look like. These are raw photographs, no post-processing whatsoever, and they are cropped around, and you will see how awful my atmospheric conditions were. You can see that it's just hazy. You can see sometimes the pictures are doubled. That's exactly what I've seen on the HTV photos, but luckily I have managed to get some good-ish photographs. So yes, on these ones you can see the solar panels a little bit better orientated. Yes, and to show you the HTV frames, this is a tiny little spacecraft, so don't expect anything ooh la la, but on some it's still a bit fuzzy, I have to admit. I can't do anything with the atmosphere, right? But I will show you in a minute the enhanced post-process one, but this is the white bit and this is the orange bit. And let me show you what I managed to dig out from these photographs. And so this is the space. I think it's a bit fuzzy as well, some bits shouldn't be there, but this is still the best frame I could get. The white bit again the bottom, and the rest is the orange bit is the unpressurized cargo logistic carrier, that's the official name, and that's the ISS. Yes, some details showing the MS-15 which just docked earlier this week, plus tiny bits. I think this is the beam, the Bigelow expandable module, and some little radiators. Yeah, it's some tiny features, but it's not an awesome photograph. And I did a comparison basically between the last year's photo. There you can see some artifacts as well. It's just the British sky. I can't really, I wish I have the chance to image these kind of objects from somewhere where the air is more calm and less turbulent, but I don't have this opportunity, sadly. So this is a photo taken from the ISS of the HTV cargo spacecraft, and this is from last year, and this is today. This is my website, and as you can see, you can find multiple menu points. In the gallery you will see my photos. In the guest photos, I recommend you to see the people's photograph who sent it to me. It's just mind-blowing what people can do with their equipment as well. I'm creating a hub now, and this is going to be the place where I try to collect as many ISS photographers work as possible. You will find some guide to find the ISS. I show you some websites, it's just super useful, hopefully. And about imaging, I write about how I do things. I have some prints for sale, and also you can support me on Patreon. Please click on that part of my website, and if you feel like my work worth the support, then please do. But if you just want to buy that still photograph and supporting me that way, hugely appreciated. Thank you. And I've got some other photographs, let's say about the moon and some smaller spacecrafts. Yeah, so please look around on my website. So please search for my latest post about this evening. It's not ready yet, but I'm planning to finish it today or tomorrow. So I will post some star charts, that's which way the spacecrafts flew across. And again, please feel free to take a look at my website for all the recommendations, where to find these informations, and yeah, please be part of it. Go out, test yourself with your own equipment, and I'm more than happy to help you. And thanks very much for watching this video, and I see you in the next one. Thank you very much. Have yourself a splendid weekend. Bye.